The Siege of Leningrad, 1941 to 1944. In the summer of 1941, Leningrad stood proud, a city of art, music, and revolution. It was home to nearly 3 million people, and no one imagined the darkness that was coming. That same summer, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest invasion in human history. Army Group North was ordered to capture Leningrad, the heart of Soviet identity. If the city fell, it would be both a strategic and symbolic victory. By early September 1941, German forces had reached the city's gates. Finnish armies pressed from the north, tightening the noose. On September 8th, German troops captured Schlisselburg, cutting the last rail line. The city was now completely encircled. That same day, the first German shells landed in the city. The siege of Leningrad had begun. Factories turned to making weapons. Civilians dug trenches, built barricades, and prepared for a long fight. Then, the Luftwaffe bombed food warehouses, destroying most of the city's supplies. Rations dropped to starvation levels, just 125 grams of bread per day. As temperatures fell below -30, water froze, fuel vanished, and the dead lay in the snow. Yet the city refused to surrender. When all land routes were lost, Soviet engineers created a new one across frozen Lake Ladoga. They called it the Road of Life. Each night, trucks carried food in and took the sick and starving out. German bombers hunted the convoys from above. Many drivers never returned. But the Road of Life kept Leningrad alive. By spring 1942, over 500,000 civilians were dead. Families boiled wallpaper for glue, ate sawdust bread, and traded anything for food. Yet even in hunger, there was hope. Shostakovich's Seventh Symphony, the Leningrad Symphony, was performed inside the besieged city. The music was broadcast over loudspeakers toward the German lines, a message that Leningrad still lived. Through 1942 and 1943, the Red Army launched desperate offensives to break the siege. Each attempt met brutal resistance and terrible losses. Finally, in January 1943, Operation Iskra, the Spark, broke the German lines near Lake Ladoga. A narrow land corridor was opened, the first lifeline since the siege began. Trains brought food, medicine, and hope. The Germans held their lines south of the city for another bitter year. But by early 1944, Soviet strength had returned. On January 14th, the Leningrad-Novgorod offensive began. German forces were crushed and pushed far to the west. On January 27, 1944, after 872 days, the siege of Leningrad was finally lifted. The city was in ruins, but it had not fallen. More than 1 million civilians had died. Yet the people of Leningrad endured the unimaginable and prevailed. The siege of Leningrad stands as one of the longest and deadliest in human history. It is a story not only of war, but of survival, courage, and the will to live.